Balloons are now their own art form.
Balloons bring out the child in people because they're nothing but pure joy.
The name of our company is New Balloon Art. Our next gig is in Washington, D.C., and it's the grand opening of a community art center, and they hired us to blow it up.
You know, you can't make them too round or they just look like, If the sculpture doesn't look good, we don't look good.
It's a thin layer of rubber between success and failure.
Our next gig is great. It's the grand opening of an art center outside Washington, D.C. in Arlington, Virginia called Artisphere. We don't really know what it looks like. The only way to know is to get there and get a feel for the place and start doing measurements.
Hello, balloon friends.
Hello, hey Kale, how are you?
Artisphere is opening this new cultural art space, and they had this opening gala, and the theme of the event is balloons. We've never had anything in this magnitude. So I think it's gonna be something really special. This is a just crazy balloon party.
Now that we're here, we can really look around and see how we're gonna deal with the nuts and bolts.
Oh, this is groovy.
This is nice.
So the idea is DJs up against this wall here.
This space was just abandoned and empty for 4 years, and they were bringing it back to life as a community arts center. And it's a really beautiful, unique architectural space.
Well, this is a beautiful space, but very challenging. This party will be amazing. It's just we have to start right now.
We had a tour of this event space, but when preparing to build a sculpture, you need a plan. We gotta throw around some ideas.
For this gig, it's in a way inspiring and also a big blank canvas for us.
We can make some dancing folk just in different poses and such.
Maybe I could walk around on my stilts
Okay.
and wear a groovy costume.
We could always make a big disco ball.
We get work because we come up with clever ideas that nobody else does. The one theme I like a lot that I'm thinking about is rebirth. Because the museum was out of commission for 4 years and is being reborn, the first thing I thought about was not an Easter bunny, but a gigantic phoenix. A phoenix, which is like, you know, a gigantic bird that's been alive for 500 years, dies by setting itself on fire, burns down to the ground, and is reborn out of its own ashes.
Have you ever made a bird this big?
No. For some reason, I feel like this is something I need to do.
Love it.
All right, so here's what I'm thinking. I can make a couch. I've made furniture before, stuff you can sit on, but I've never made a full lounge.
Wait, like a couch that people can actually sit on.
Yeah. So people are gonna come and they're gonna sit on this balloon couch. I just hope they don't have anything show up in their pockets.
How big is it?
This is gonna be a full-size couch. This is
Oh, like as big as the table.
Yeah.
Groovy.
Let's think about that one. I like that.
I want to make a giant crazy plant lady who goes in and out of a flower pot.
Katie has to do what she wants to do. If she's got a feeling or a vision, it has to come out. Or you know what? Craziness ensues.
And she's in, and then you walk by and she goes,
The fun part about brainstorming is dreaming big, but then reality hits and we have to figure out logistically how we're gonna make this come to life.
Okay, so Brian, you'll do the balloon couch and the balloon lounge.
Brian is gonna make a balloon lounge, complete with a balloon couch and chair, a balloon light, and a glowing balloon wall.
Katie will do the amazing balloon plant lady that you wanted to do.
Katie will design an interactive plant costume that will look like a sculpture, but then springs to life.
Now I decided to go with the balloon phoenix, which will be gigantic.
There'd be like a 30-foot wingspan. I think it's gotta be red and orange for fire,
Full of passion and symbolizing rebirth, and extremely difficult to make, but worth it at the end.
amen.
One of the biggest challenges of working with balloons is that they have a very short life, and they only look vibrant for even a shorter amount of time. And unfortunately, we can't build on site because the space is still being renovated. So we have to find a place to build all this stuff in DC, and we have to wait till the last minute to start building.
All right, our new home for the next few days. For this job, between the three of us, we're gonna need over 4,000 balloons in 10 different shapes, sizes, and colors. We're gonna need 3 of our best inflators to help get this together. And we're gonna need a dress form for Katie's plant costume. That's a lot of balloons and a lot of work, and it's gonna take a lot of inflating.
I'm making a shirt for the crazy plant lady costume. You see, when you're making balloon clothes, you weave tightly onto the form. Weaving balloons is exactly like weaving a basket. You see how we have these little bubbles going vertically, and the bigger bubbles go horizontally, and then I link them together, and it creates a weave.
I'm building the couch. Now, we're basing the couch on a cube design that I've come up with. This cube is based on triangles, strongest shape known to man. I can sit on this and it will pop. So this part is where it's going to take a while. Most people think you don't need math to create balloon art. Well, you do for this, just like when you build a bridge. You need to know how to distribute the weight. I think this couch will take between 800 and 1,000 balloons. This is the cube. Every diamond you see is going to be one of these.
That's incredible that you did that so quickly. Brian's gigantic couch actually has to support the weight of 300 to 400 pounds of people actually sitting on it.
Okay, here comes the test. You ready? Oh, it's comfy.
That's amazing.
Come sit on with me. Sit
Let me make
slowly,
sure
no
there's
sharp
nothing-
things in your pocket.
It's comfortable.
I like it. The main part of the cushion is done. Great. I still got to build the sides and the back of the couch. There's a lot of work. It's a lot of twisting, but that's what it takes to support the weight.
Oh my God, it's amazing that you can sit on it and then you could like throw it. The very power of balloons is also their weakness, the fact that they can pop. So as a balloon twister, you have to be very sensitive and know how far you can push it in order to transform it into something different and spectacular. Wow, that thing is cool. This bird looks like a idiotic pigeon more than a phoenix rising from the ashes.
Let me see. I'll just hold his head up.
I mean, first of all, his head's too small or the eyes are too big. The
Yeah.
beak is pathetic. You do things in multiple drafts. So I rely on Brian and Katie's perspective.
You want it to look regal, right? That's what you're telling me, change the beak. So if you're looking at the sculpture and it's like, maybe that's not good enough. If the sculpture doesn't look good, we don't look good.
It's just not what I want.
I don't want you to have an anxiety attack
I
and
will
waste
be
all this
having
time.
anxiety attack if you don't let me do it the way I want to do it.
This bird is not structurally simple. This is one of the hardest jobs I've ever done in my life.
We're in Washington, D.C., and it's the middle of the night. We're 3 days away from the big event at Artisphere. We've got a lot to do, and I think we're going to be pulling some all-nighters. I'm off to a really good start with my plant costume. Brian has made a lot of progress on his couch, but he still has to do the chair and the wall. And Adi, well, he's struggling to get a handle on this giant phoenix.
Does this look like a heart? My idea for the phoenix is to have a heart inside of it.
Is the heart in the middle for any specific reason?
Gertrude.
Every time I mention it to a woman, they're like, oh, it has a heart.
When he told me about the heart idea, I liked it. So, yeah.
I'm trying to see how big I can get it, and... Okay, see, it's looking much... How symbolic is that? Broken heart. You just have ideas and you hope it's all gonna come together, but it's partly hard work and partly luck. I can't... What if I made the head out of a heart? I mean, would that be too weird that we got the heart and then... Because see how much bigger that is?
Let me see this. I like this. It looks kind of like you know how a bird's head is kind of...
And then I could make the beak coming out of this and it's more of a natural shape.
Because now you're changing the whole shape of the head. That may work.
Should it be a fire-breathing bird? That might be a little bit confusing to have a beak and then things not have a beak.
It also may turn out to look like a vomiting bird.
Right now, I'm working on the flower pot portion of the plant costume. We're gonna have a model wear this flower pot, and she's also going to have a plant hat. A costume is something that somebody is usually gonna be entertaining in all night long, so it's super important that you make it really durable and incredibly bold.
I need to come up with the head size that's proportionate with the body and the beak. So right now, I'm doing something I've never done before, which is experimenting with balloons that are 3-foot hearts. I'm gonna try to take 2 of them and connect them in such a way that will make a head that will fit on this giant body. That might work.
I'm working on this flower pot, but unfortunately, I'm just not feeling it. I'm not liking the texture. Please, please, let me do it the way I think it's gonna look
Okay, tell
good.
me what you wanna do.
I want this project to look the way I want it to look.
Katie's plant costume is her vision, and she wants to do it a certain way. And now she wants to start over, and we don't have time for that. What's wrong with it?
It's just not what I want.
Dig, this is the flower pot. Everyone is gonna be looking at the flowers, the leaves, the person's face. No one's gonna be looking down here for imperfections. Katie's kind of like a wild horse. She wants to do what she wants to do, but we have to keep each other in check.
So, I don't understand. Sometimes I find it thoroughly aggravating that he's trying to tell me how to do something that I've done 3 dozen times and he's never done.
I don't want you to have an anxiety attack and waste all this time.
I will be having
Because you're-
anxiety attacks for the entire event. This is bothersome
That sounds
to me.
like blackmail.
It's not blackmail. I'm letting you know that it will make me sad.
This bird is not structurally simple. I think the beak might be a little too dramatic, though.
Dee's working on something he hasn't done before. You have to improvise. You have to work with what you got. It's hard.
This is one of the hardest jobs I've ever done in my life.
We have to load up the stuff and transport everything to the event space.
It's a thin layer of rubber between success and failure. Drive safe. Its life and my life depend on it.
We're here in Washington, D.C., working on the grand opening of Artisphere, a new community center for the arts. And the event is only 1 day away. Katie's planned costume is on track. And I'm almost done with my couch and chair. But Adi is spending so much time on the Phoenix head that he's just way behind schedule.
I was up till about 5:30, woke up at 7:30. So making a balloon eyeball is both easy and difficult at the same time. You can make a shape that looks like an eyeball.
You know, you can't make them too round or they just look like, ah.
Well, it has to be a fiery bird of passion, and if I make the eyeballs wrong, it just looks like kind of like a goofy parrot. Making it the right expression takes years and years and years of practice because eyeballs transmit so much information. I've never done anything like this before.
I like that.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, look at
It's
that.
a little big.
That looks more parrot-like.
That's a parrot.
Right, but remember, this head is tilted in an upwards position like this, right?
Yeah, he's
So you
like,
might want to do it like that.
okay, but see, he's not angry. It's too,
If you want it angry, may I?
please. Oh, look, he looks angry now. Wow. Okay, maybe if the eyeball was more toward
The front.
here.
Yes, yes. Or not.
Brian came and just fixed it, and it was beautiful. That last piece that just, it locked it in. I like that.
Katie and I are on track with our builds, and we need some sleep.
All right, it's all good.
Adiz assured us everything's gonna be fine with the Phoenix, so we're off to bed.
Right now, I'm building the wings of the Phoenix, and for them to be 20 feet long, I have to do what I just did 5 more times. It means inflating over 300 balloons, and I'm running out of time. It's faster to blow 2 balloons up at once, like this, and then I create this pattern That looks a lot like, that's basically that. Speaking of painful, I got this bird to finish, and while I finally feel a wave of inspiration, if we're gonna stay on schedule, I need to finish these phoenix wings tonight. We have 12 hours till the event at Artist Fair, and everything's under control. I pulled an all-nighter and made a lot of progress on the wing of the Phoenix. And Katie looks like she did pretty amazing progress on the plant.
It needs more plant stuff. I'm starting to get excited now. Starting to look like a crazy plant girl. That's what it's starting to look like.
Okay, Katie, it's 10 to 9. We gotta pack up.
We have to load up the stuff and transport everything to the event space. The clock is ticking, and we'll have to finish building everything there.
It's really just a thin layer of rubber between success and failure. It's very vulnerable. I'm actually going in the back of the truck to hold this thing like its life and my life depend on it, which is at the moment basically true.
See you there.
Safe.
Yes?
I'm gonna catch up on some sleep.
How you doing?
Good, man.
All right, let's go chop, chop.
We're finally at Artist Fair, and we're working as fast as we can. This bird has given me so much trouble, both conceptually and emotionally. And I finally made it, so I think it looks like a bird, a phoenix. But now I gotta hang it, which is a whole other potential nightmare. I'm gonna have to go up on this lift, and I am terrified of heights. Oh, just scary. If I get this phoenix up there and it's hanging like this, it doesn't look so powerful and majestic. It looks like it's about to die. I knew I had to get that bird up, but time is not on our side. It rarely is. Oh my God, this thing shakes.
Well, this event, we really went right to the edge. It's showtime. It all comes down to this moment.
We have 1 hour left until the event starts. We gotta get the phoenix hung up, we gotta finish the balloon wall, and we gotta get the lady in the crazy plant costume. Oh no. There's a lot to do and just a little bit of time.
Oh, you want to see me with the hat?
I had my dear friend Brady come and paint the face of the crazy plant lady, and I really think it brought everything together. Okay.
I feel pretty good about my wall. The lounge is coming together. I hear Adia's, I don't know, having some trouble with the bird.
Can we straighten the wing out? And now we got the bird a little funky. We have to get it straight. And I didn't plan for this. Right now, it's obvious what's not working, and I only have a few minutes to fix it. And if I don't get it right, we fail.
Well, this event, we really went right to the edge. It's showtime. It all comes down to this moment.
I know the plant is going to be the first thing people see when they come up the stairs, and I'm slightly anxious about how they're going to react to it.
This is fantastic.
The craftsmanship is amazing. Having to be the person inside made it so much more cool than just some, just balloon art. I would never think to do that.
We put a lot of time and effort into this. I can't wait to see the guests' faces. So people are going up to this couch and they're like, ooh, it's a couch, it's nice. But, you know, nobody thinks they can sit on it until I tell them, yes, sit on it.
Comfortable. It's shockingly comfortable. Good night, guys. It's very squishy. Very fun.
Feel free to have a seat.
To see the Phoenix, I felt fear, which I rarely ever do. I was just hoping that they liked it.
Pretty cool.
That's fabulous.
Beautiful. You nailed it. You nailed
All
it.
right.
I love it.
The Phoenix totally came together, and our client, Kale, was thrilled. He loved everything we did.
Pretty awesome Phoenix. Pretty cool.
Balloons always make the party. I mean, they always make you feel warm and fuzzy inside.
Everything we did today was new, and everybody loved it. I've slept maybe 4 hours in the last 2 days, but I have so much energy now, and this party is a lot of fun. I want to go back in right now, in fact.
The plant costume ended up on the dance floor, and it made me so happy.
At the end, the client was happy. What they don't see is the ups and downs and the roller coaster that leads to the final product. But what they saw, they loved. And that's our job. And we did it again. Put it right there. Ah.
So this would be another potential balloon space.
Okay, so we have a couple of areas we're scoping out.
But this is a very risky room to try to make intimate. The ceilings are tall. We don't really know how much light we can control.
We have to be flexible. So you just have to be able to improvise.
Ryan invented the balloon couch. He came up with like a structure. There's a handful of people in this whole world who can do balloons the way that we do balloons, and lucky me, I get to work with 2 of them.
That's pretty mathematically amazing. Brian had made a lot of progress on his couch. Katie was making a lot of progress on her costume. And I was just kind of pretending that I was making a lot of progress, waiting for the progress to happen.
Don't worry. I told you not to worry. This is gonna be fine. It's not finished yet.
Well, you got some more work to do, that's for sure. The way I work, I'm kind of like a chicken laying an egg. Like, it doesn't come in pieces, it just comes out at once. So I just have to kind of sit there until I'm inspired, or until I have it, or until I have no choice. I'm gonna go get some air, I'll be back. Well, honestly, I'm frustrated. This bird head is really tricky. I've hit basically like my 30th or 40th roadblock, and I'm definitely gonna be up all night. This is just really maybe the hardest balloon sculpture I've ever made in my life. Neck, 1, 2,
3, 4, head. It's 8 o'clock, which means it's literally 24 hours before this event begins. This is a lot of work to do. I just gotta focus on this. I can't multitask at the moment. All I can think about is a foot massage and how much I would like one.
Let me know what you need me to do.
You wanna give me a foot massage?
No.
Just checking. CERN, good to see you, man. CERN's actually one of my favorite painters, artists in the world. Yeah, I just called him last night on a whim and said, can you come down and spray paint this giant rising phoenix? And he said, he just drove down here. And then we'll go get your paint and we'll bust it out. CERN is gonna just accent the phoenix with flames and give the hint of fire.
So this is like the first test section. Another element of the lounge is going to be the walls. This is gonna be taped from behind, so it'll be nice and flush. A black surface with holes cut out, and there are gonna be balloons half protruding and lit from behind. So it'll be a real club feel. It'll be lit, yet dim at the same time, and that's really gonna lend to the atmosphere as well.